Hello guys, my name is Harshit Kumar. This video is a walkthrough to my implementation of JSON Deserializer. Uh, I hope all of you know about JSON Deserializer. What is JSON and how do you deserialize it? But if you have no idea, you can visit the link in the description. So a typical JSON file looks something like this. Each JSON object is represented between curly braces, and then a list is represented by these brackets. So my implementation of a JSON deserializer involves these two structures. Um, this is the main object. As you see, a JSON object has key value pairs, and if you see, every key is a string. So my key value in which the key is always a string and it can take up to 81 characters. And if you see, the value can be of any type, like it can be a string, it can be a float, or it can be an integer, right? So I used void star. It will basically point to a, it is used to point to a, it is a generic pointer. So void star value is can be used to point to a data of any type, and the type I'm specifying with another integer field called type. So the types I gave was, if the type is 1, the value would be a string. If the type is 2, the value would be a number like integer or float. If a type is 3, then it would be a JSON object, and type 5 for an array of objects. Program starts from here. A parse JSON from file is kind of a wrapper function. What it does is it reads input from the file and goes, parses the file into the JSON objects. And to parse them into a JSON objects, it takes use of another function called parse from string. What it does is, as I said, it goes character by character, and what it does is, if there's an opening brace, it goes to the corresponding closing brace and it stores all the intermediate characters into a string, which are then passed to the function parse from string. So this function does nothing but it's just gathering all the object characters and then passing it to the second function. Main function which does the actual parsing and converting from a string to a JSON object. So here the concept is similar. It will go character by character, and whenever it encounters a code, it will store all the intermediate characters, and based on whether the next character is a colon or a comma, it will store into a key or a value. And so storing a key is slightly easy, but storing the value is a little tricky because the value can be, as I said, string, integer, or whatever. So if you can see my code, what I did is I maintained some flags. So if it's a key, it is getting stored here because it's always enclosed within quotes. And then again, if the value is a string, then first what we'll do is we'll have to allocate memory for it to be stored, and then we'll copy the value. Then this key value pair will point to the next key value pair. So when we are done with the current key value, we allocate memory for the next key value and then we move towards it. So uh, when your value is a number, when the value is a number, what you'll do is all the characters will be again stored in a character array. So because a number has to be passed into the proper format, I wrote a function for that. It will return me that value, and whenever it's a number, the type would be 2. Then when it's a list, I'm taking care of, I'm calling another function called pass list. Now pass list, what it does is it will again call pass from string method. It is basically nothing but a linked list of JSON objects. As you see here, the phone numbers is a list, and it will have 2 objects. So when it's a list, I'm again calling parse from string for each object, and when I get the reference back, uh, yeah, so when I get the reference back, I'll assign the type as 5. So the types are helpful when we are trying to print or process the data, because when we know it's of type 5, we'll know that we'll have to typecast it to a JSON object list, right? So that is it. So let us see the output, how it is working. So this is where I'll get my JSON object. Let us see. So if you can see, the first key value here is a dummy, because head will always have dummy values. The main JSON object start from next. Okay. So here we have 3 objects, because my JSON file has 3 objects. Now let's try printing. Now print JSON is the function which takes care of printing the JSON objects. So you can see, like first name, the key value are correct, and if it's a numerical value, it is being displayed as a float. And then phone numbers is a list, and this is the object being displayed. So yeah, so if you have any doubts, you can a comment or write a comment, and you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you.